Okay, hello there. Uh, my name is Ari Putra Frederick Leluly, and today's video I'm going to making the video about for my assignment that is for my SQL assignment. So in this video I'm going to make a database and creating some tables and connect them between each table. So I'm gonna share my screen. There it is. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is creating the database. So the command we need to execute, that is create database and the name of the database. For run one. This is the name of the database we going to make, and then we going to use the database. LAPORAN. Okay. We make sure the tables is empty. Show tables is like I just said, what I just said, the tables is empty. So I'm going to make a simple library borrowing system. So we're going to make 3 tables: books, authors, and borrower. So the first uh, table we going to make there is the authors for the books. So the command that we need to execute just something like this. So okay, we need to create a table, and the name is author, and the primary key, the data types we're going to use for the primary key is integer, so it can be auto increment each time the author creating the records. So the second fields is the author name. There is uh the data types is going to use varchar, and the length of the data types is 100. So the reason why we going to use varchar, that is because the author name can be vary in length, but it will generally not exceed it 100 character. And the third field we use in author tables, that is the birth date of the authors. And the data types we're going to use, that is date data types. Then after we execute this command, we're going to see in this command. So there it is. We're going to see the detail about the table with this command. That's description authors. 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 This is the more detail of the database or the table that we just created. So the second table we going to make is the books table. And just something like this. So in this second table, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, five field that we going to use. The first one is same like before. We use ID, and the data types is the for the ID is integer, and the title for the book we going to use varchar, and the length is 255. And the author ID is this is for the foreign key, so we need to specify the field in this one, and this field, the author ID need to be, the data types is uh need to be the same uh like we just created earlier. So next one, where is it? Yeah. So the next one is the date, for the date, published date. For obvious reason, we going to use date data types. And next one, for the genre, it doesn't need to super long character, so we just specify 50 for the length of the genre. So the next ones, we need to specify the key. We need to connect the author ID with the from the books to the author table that we just make earlier with this comment. And then the third table we going to make, that is the borrowers table. It's going to look something like this. Specify the name of the table, the ID, same like before, the name, the date, and then the written date. We use a date data types. The book's ID, again, we need to uh we need a foreign key because the borrowers is uh we need to specify the book's ID for the books that he borrowed. And then we use this command foreign key to references the books table and the borrowers table. So if we describe the books tables, it's going to look something like this, and the borrowers tables is going to look something like this, and the last one, authors table. So okay, so in these two tables, they have foreign key. Book ID is foreign key, and author ID is foreign key. Author ID from the author table, and then the book ID from the books table. So the next thing we're going to do is adding no new column with the author comment. So with the author comment, we're going to modify. So we're going to add the column for the phone number with the varchar with the length 50. The reason the phone number using the varchar because in if we use integer, it doesn't really appropriate, because if the phone number starts with a 0, it doesn't really make sense. It is not acceptable for the data types, so we're going to use varchar. and the length itself is going to be 15. So this is after we modify the table. We're going to describe. So this is the after we modify the table. We have the new field that we just created. So the next thing we're going to do that is so after we drop the table authors, if we show tables, it disappear because it's delete the tables. If we need to delete the database, we're going to use this command drop database and the database name LAPORAN and show database it disappear. Okay, I think that's about it for today's video, and thanks for watching and have a good one.